From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Today, Radio Pilipinas World Service of the Presidential Broadcast Service can also be heard on shortwave broadcast through the facilities of the United States Agency for Global Media, or Voice of America, on the following shortwave frequencies: 12.020 MHz, 15.640 MHz, and 17.665 MHz. I am Leo Magpayo, and this is Dateline Malacañang. On the Feast of the Immaculate Conception on Monday, December 8th, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. urged Filipinos to pause and reflect on the meaning of beginnings. The President reminded the nation that how we start matters and that every action should be guided by truth, humility, and compassion. In his message, President Marcos pointed to Mary's example as a source of strength and inspiration. Just as her life embodied purity and devotion, the President said, Filipinos can draw courage from her to continue building a country that honors the dignity of every citizen. The call was not only spiritual but also civic, an invitation to weave values into the nation's progress. For the Chief Executive, the Immaculate Conception is more than a religious celebration. It is a reminder that the foundation of a just and compassionate society begins with the choices we make each day.
Dateline Malacañang.
Meanwhile, Manila Archbishop Cardinal Jose Advincula will preside over the Fiesta Mass for the Feast of the Immaculate Conception at the Manila Cathedral in Intramuros on Monday. In a social media post, the Minor Basilica announced that Advincula will lead the 12:10 noon Eucharistic celebration. 4 other masses are set throughout the day. At 8 in the morning, the Mass will be celebrated by Cathedral Vice Rector Father Vicente Bautista, followed by the 10 o'clock Mass led by Father Paul Wu of Mary Help of Christians Parish. In the afternoon, Father Leo Ignacio of San Carlos Seminary will preside over the 4 o'clock Mass, while Cathedral Rector Monsignor Rolando de la Cruz will celebrate the 6 o'clock Mass. Under Republic Act or RA number 10966, December 8th is declared a special non-working holiday nationwide in honor of the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. Ahead of the feast day, Intramuros hosted the Grand Marian Procession on Sunday, featuring Marian images from across the country. The national pilgrim relic of St. Carlo Acutis was also made available for public veneration at a roadside altar along Muralia Street beside the Baluarte de Dilao during the procession.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. over the weekend spearheaded the Baliksigla Bigay Saya 2025 nationwide gift-giving celebration at the Kalayahan grounds of Malacañang Palace, reaching more than 19,000 children across the country. Accompanied by First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos and their son, William Vincent, the President welcomed over 3,000 children from Department of Social Welfare and Development or DSWD centers and nearby communities to the palace festivities. the Kalayaan grounds were transformed into a vibrant play zone with inflatable attractions, games, circus acts, food stalls, and a special children's performance dedicated to the first family. President Marcos underscored the importance of nurturing the youth, calling Filipino children the nation's greatest treasures and the foundation of its future. Now, on its fourth year, the Baliksigla Bigay Saya program has become a hallmark initiative of the Marcos administration. First launched in 2022 after the pandemic, it expanded through DSWD centers and Department of Education or DepEd schools in 2023 and 2024. The President expressed gratitude to the children for bringing joy and warmth to the palace, saying their presence reminds government workers of the true essence of public service. For 2025, simultaneous gift-giving activities were held in DSWD centers nationwide, with DepEd schools also organizing their own Christmas programs, benefiting more than 19,000 children in total.
Alam nyo, dito sa palasyo, parang puro lahat ito, opisina ito. Kaya pagka pumunta ka rito na hindi Pasko, makikita mo, yung mga tao dito, yung nandito, nagtatrabaho dito, makikita mo, walang nakangiti, seryoso lahat yan. Dahil malalim ang mga iniisip, ang dami kong inuutos na kung ano-ano, kailangan nilang gawin. Ngayon lang, pag nandito kayong mga bata, kaya makita mo sila, lahat nakangiti, lahat magaang ang loob, at lahat naramdaman ulit ang tunay na Pasko. Dahil nakita natin yung inyong mga ngiti, yung inyong magagandang mga mukha. At maalala namin, nung kami rin ay bata, 10 years ago lang naman yun, 10 years ago. Nung kami ay bata rin at nag-enjoy din kami sa Pasko. Kaya kami ay papasalamat kami na kahit na mabigat ang hinaharap natin na mga hamon ay kahit papano, meron tayong isang counting panahon, lalo na pag Pasko, na kailangan naman natin maalala na ang mga swerte natin sa buhay, ang mga binayaya natin sa nakaraang taon. At ang pinakamalaking biyaya, the biggest treasure that we have here in the Philippines are these, our children, the future of our country. Pero yung mga bata talagang believe ako, enjoy na enjoy dito. Nakita mo yung sumasayaw, nakita ko yung maliit. Sino ba yun? With feelings talagang napapasabay kami. Tama yan, mag-enjoy kayo. Kaya namin ginawa ito para makita namin ulit ang mga kasiyahan na dala ng Pasko, ang mga pag-alala sa mga masasayang Pasko rin namin. At kayo mga bata, kayo ang nagdadala niyan para sa amin. Kaya maraming salamat. Welcome ulit sa Malacañang Palace. Talagang nabubuhay namin. Alam mo, kami mga nagtatrabaho sa pamahalaan, kapag kami nakikita namin kayo, naaalala namin. Kaya kami nagtatrabaho, hindi para sa sarili namin, kung hindi para sa inyo. Kaya tumitibay ang loob namin, lumalakas ang loob namin, nagiging kami mas masipag kapag nakikita kayo namin. Kayo ang dahilan sa lahat ng aming ginagawa. Kaya, Merry Christmas sa inyo lahat. Maraming salamat sa pagdala ninyo ng saya dito. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
That was Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has approved the inclusion of 7 parcels of land in Balamban, Cebu into the West Cebu, located in the villages of Arpili and Buanoy, were officially designated as part of the Ecozone, according to a news release issued on Sunday. The expansion is governed by Republic Act or RA number 7916 or the Special Economic Zone Act of 1995 as amended by RA 8748, along with its implementing rules and regulations, and the Philippine Economic Zone Authority or PEZA Board of Directors Resolution number 22-117 Series of 2022. In Arpili, the newly added lands are covered by titles Lot 4A SK07 000192 and Lot 1770 SK07 000190. Meanwhile, in Buanoy, 5 parcels were included under the following titles: Lot 1437-A-2 A-2 SK07 000191, Lot 1437-A-2 B-2 SK 07 193, Lot 1437-A-2 C-2 SK 07 191, Lot 1686 SK 07 313, and Lot 1695 SK 07 186.
Dateline Malacañang.
In other news, low-income households under Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s expanded Pambansang Pabahay para sa Pilipino or 4PH program are set to receive water bill discounts following the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding or MOU between the Social Housing Finance Corporation or SHFC and the Metropolitan Waterworks and Sewerage System Regulatory Office or MWSSRO. The agreement will enroll SHFC beneficiaries in the Enhanced Lifeline Program or ELP, a government initiative that grants reduced water rates to eligible low-income consumers. In a statement Sunday, Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development or DSUD Secretary Jose Ramon Aliling said, "This is yet another proof of the administration's continued efforts to provide a more dignified life for our countrymen who are most in need." Aliling added that the President's directive is clear. Through the expanded 4PH, the agency is not only delivering housing but also ensuring a comfortable life for beneficiaries and stronger communities. The MOU was signed in Makati on December 5th by SHFC President and Chief Executive Officer Federico Laksa and MWSSRO Chief Regulator Patrick Lester T., highlighting both agencies' commitment to supporting vulnerable communities within the East Zone or Manila Water and West Zone or Maynilad concession areas. The partnership strengthens SHFC's mandate by ensuring that beneficiaries of the Enhanced Community Mortgage Program and other housing initiatives under the expanded 4PH gain access not only to decent homes but also to essential services that promote dignified living. Under the ELP, qualifying households consuming 20 cubic meters of water or less per month will receive discounts on their basic charges. Beneficiaries must present a certification of low income and comply with program requirements to enroll. SHFC will identify communities within Manila Water and Maynilad service areas, prioritizing those with bulk water applications for faster inclusion in the program. MWSSRO, meanwhile, will coordinate with the concessionaires to expedite enrollment, serve as the main liaison, and provide necessary forms, guidelines, and support for applications. Separately, DSUD earlier announced the distribution of certificates of entitlement this month as an early Christmas gift for beneficiaries under presidential proclamations ending decades of waiting for secure housing.
Dateline Malacañang.
In other developments, Philippine National Police or PNP Acting Chief Lieutenant General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. has deployed intelligence and tracker units to locate Cesara Rowena or Sara Diskaya and several others accused of involvement in an alleged ghost flood control project in Davao Occidental Province. The move comes ahead of expected arrest warrants after the Office of the Ombudsman filed charges of malversation through falsification and graft before a Digos Davao del Sur court on Friday in connection with the 96.5 million peso project. Pasig City Police Chief Colonel Hendrix Mangaldan admitted his office no longer has information on the current whereabouts of Diskaya and her husband, Pacifico. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. earlier directed Interior Secretary John Vic Rimulya and the PNP to track down Diskaya and her alleged co-conspirators to ensure their immediate arrest once warrants are issued. Nartates said the PNP is consolidating information on possible hideouts to guarantee swift service of the warrants, adding that preparations are designed to pressure the suspects into surrendering. Diskaya, proprietor of St. Timothy Construction Corporation, is among several respondents, including District Engineer Rodrigo Larete, Assistant District Engineer Michael Awa, Maria Roma Angeline Rimando, and multiple Department of Public Works and Highways or DPWH section chiefs and project engineers. Nartates stressed the urgency of the case, noting that the president has given clear and urgent instructions and the police force is treating this as a priority.
Dateline Malacañang.
Financial aid from the Department of Migrant Workers or DMW Action Fund was awarded to 100 overseas Filipino worker or OFW cancer patients during a ceremony held at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Kuwait on December 6. DMW Secretary Hans Leo and Overseas Workers Welfare Administration or OWA Administrator Patricia Yvonne Kaunan personally handed over the assistance from the Action Fund, which stands for Agarang Kalinga at Saklolo para sa mga OFW na nangangailangan or immediate care and aid for OFWs in need. The distribution formed part of the program showing gratitude and building opportunities organized by the Kabayan Cancer Support Group or KCSG, the Embassy of the Philippines in Kuwait, the Migrant Workers Office Kuwait, and the On-Site Welfare Office. Her Excellency Shika Aurad Jaber Al-Ahmad Al-Saba, a noted philanthropist and supporter of KCSG, attended as a special guest. Secretary Kakdak emphasized President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s commitment to programs that safeguard the welfare and health of OFWs. Kakdak said this is not a debt of gratitude but a tribute to their years of service. Administrator Kaunan added that under the leadership of the DMW and OWA, the program continues to be implemented for OFWs. Kaunan said the directive of the President is clear: to further strengthen programs and services and to make assistance more accessible. The ongoing Bagong Bayani ng Mundo OFW Serbisyo Caravan in Kuwait also stands as proof of the government's commitment to deliver services and support to OFWs wherever they may be in the world.
Dateline Malacañang.
And finally, the Philippines once again earned global recognition at the 2025 World Travel Awards or WTA Grand Final Gala in Bahrain, securing 3 major distinctions that highlight the country's diverse tourism strengths. According to the Department of Tourism or DOT, the nation achieved 3-peat as the world's leading city destination for Manila, a 7th consecutive win as the world's leading dive destination, and a back-to-back victory for Boracay as the world's leading luxury island destination. Tourism Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco hailed the awards as a milestone reflecting both international acclaim and strong public support. She emphasized that these honors raise the Philippines' visibility and inspire millions of Filipinos working in tourism. Frasco pledged continued improvements in infrastructure, connectivity, and visitor services to ensure the recognitions translate into broader opportunities for communities. The Dive Destination Award reaffirmed the Philippines' role as a global hub for marine biodiversity, prevailing over 12 contenders including the Great Barrier Reef, Galapagos Islands, Fiji, and Seychelles. The win underscores the contributions of dive operators, guides, conservation partners, and coastal communities in sustaining world-class underwater experiences. Manila's distinction as the leading city destination marked its 3rd consecutive triumph, surpassing renowned global hubs such as London, New York, Dubai, Sydney, and Hong Kong. Frasco noted the capital's strengthened cultural landscape, culinary offerings, heritage districts, and readiness for international conferences and exhibitions. Boracay's repeat win as the luxury island destination highlighted its refined visitor experience, sustainability practices, and strong mix of high-end accommodations shaped by community engagement. Frasco stressed that the awards belong to the nation's tourism workforce, acknowledging the collective efforts of stakeholders across regions. Earlier in October, the Philippines also won multiple honors at the WTA Asia and Oceania Gala in Hong Kong, further cementing its reputation as a premier travel destination. Established in 1993, the WTA is considered among the highest distinctions in the global travel and tourism industry.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, Radyo Pilipinas World Service of the Presidential Broadcast Service can be heard over the following shortwave frequencies: 12.020 MHz, 15.640 MHz, and 17.665 MHz. Radyo Pilipinas World Service is also live on audio streaming. Just download eVox PBS Receiver on your Google Play Store or the App Store from your Apple phone. You can also visit our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Just type in and search for Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our posts as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.